So, hello and welcome. If you're here, it means you're ready to dive into the fascinating world of oncology and cancer trials. Whether you're a healthcare professional, a researcher, a student, or simply someone who is curious about cancer treatments, this course is just designed for you. Cancer is one of the most complex and challenging diseases that we face today. But thanks to advancements in oncology and clinical trials, we have made incredible progress in understanding, diagnosing, and treating cancer more effectively than ever before. In this course, we'll take you through the fundamental concepts of oncology, the science behind cancer development, and groundbreaking research that is shaping the future of cancer treatment. In this course, you'll be having a thorough understanding of critical concepts such as fundamental of oncology, cancer detection, available cancer treatments, and you will in-depth understand chemotherapy, radiotherapy, targeted therapy, and immunotherapy. We will also focus on important RECIST 1.1 criteria and TNM staging. We shall also focus on oncology trials and what are the challenges that occur when you conduct those trials and how it can impact the future of medicine. By the end of this course, you'll have a solid foundation in oncology and cancer trials, empowering you with the knowledge that can help in research, patient care, or even making informed health decisions. Cancer is evolving every day, and each breakthrough begins a new hope to millions of people around affected with cancer. This course will help you to stay informed and contribute to the fight against cancer in your own way. So, are you ready to begin? Let's explore the science, the breakthroughs, and let's understand oncology and cancer trials right from the basics. Join me in this learning journey and enroll now and start your journey in understanding cancer and clinical trials. So, welcome to the introduction. Cancer remains one of the most complex and challenging diseases of our time. And this comprehensive certification, Basics of Oncology and Cancer Trials, is designed to provide a strong foundational understanding of oncology, cancer biology, and the intricacies of oncology clinical trials in a cancer research. Whether you're a healthcare professional, a clinical researcher, or someone interested in learning more about oncology, this course will equip you with essential knowledge to navigate the world of cancer treatment and research. So let us understand what exactly are we going to learn in this certification. So first and foremost, we will start right from the basics. For this certification, you do not have to have any kind of knowledge regarding cancer biology. We are going to cover right here in this certification. We will start with fundamentals of oncology, followed by the basic concepts of cancer and understanding what exactly is cancer. We will also learn and understand the cell growth and what leads to cancer. A lot of times people gets confused between tumor and cancer, so we will also establish a clear understanding and explain the distinction between the tumor and cancer. Followed by we will explain what is benign and malignant forms of tumor, how does benign and malignant form of tumor differ from each other, and finally if we say that a person has cancer or a particular organ has cancer, then what are the hallmarks of cancer. We will also study all the hallmarks in detail so that you have your oncology basics right there. Once we have an understanding of the basics, then we move forward. In the next session, we will assess the global cancer burden. As you know, cancer is not just limited to a certain part of the world, but globally, a lot of people are affected by cancer. So, in this particular module, we will understand the global cancer burden and we will understand what is the incidence rate of the cancer across the world, followed by what is the mortality rate of different types of cancer. We will also study that how many types of cancer are there in the world and how many people are affected, so that it will give us clear understanding of the impact of cancer overall healthcare. Followed by we will see the global prevalence of cancer and the mortality data, so that it will help us in assessing how does cancer affects in the world of treatment and medicine. Followed by we will also look at the data, the WHO data provided based on gender for incidences and mortality, and we will compare them so that we will have a clear understanding how cancer affects both the genders okay, and how its impact in the world of healthcare. So a global assessment will help widen our scope and an understanding of the cancer at the global level. Next, we will move on. Now that we understand what cancer affects at the global level, what is the basics of cancer and oncology, we will understand different type of cancer. So in this particular module, we will look at various type of cancer, and prominently we would be focusing on different type of cancers such as carcinoma, sarcoma, leukemia, lymphoma, myeloma, and types of cancer such as brain and spinal cord cancer. We will understand each and every type of cancer in detail and understand where does it affect and what are the consequences of different type of cancer. So it will give us a clear understanding of various type of cancer, and it will also help you to distinguish between different type of cancer, because the prominent type of cancer, it is very important for us to understand, because once we move forward in this course, there are also treatments. So for different type of cancer, there are different type of treatment. So we need to understand each type of cancer in a detailed manner. So that we will cover in this particular module. In the next module, we will understand about cancer detection. Now we know about different type of cancer. Now we have to understand how do we detect this cancer? How does the diagnosis of cancer come through? So in this particular module, we will learn about various cancer detection method that is used currently in the world. We will see various method including the screening test, the physical examination and medical history used to detect cancer, followed by the laboratory test, the imaging test that are done to establish whether a subject has or a patient has a cancer or not, followed by the biopsy. Okay, so whenever we perform a lot of tests to determine cancer, we use these 4 5 different methods, and into that method there are various sub methods. For example, in imaging techniques there is CT scan, MRI, ultrasound, bone density scan. So we will see each and every method for cancer detection in detail. Okay, so this module becomes important because not only understanding the nature of cancer is important, but how to detect and assess the cancer is same important. Followed by, we will understand the significance of cancer ribbon. Now, if you're someone who follows global event, you would see that there is cancer awareness month all around the year, and there are different ribbons used. Okay, so if you're someone who is familiar with cancer research, so you can see that this type of ribbons are there, which are used to demonstrate your solidarity with cancer. But did you know that there are around 45 different types of ribbons, and each and every ribbon means a different type of cancer? So we have also explained the significance of cancer ribbons and various type of cancer ribbons, so that in future you can clearly understand that awareness is for which ribbon and what is its significance. So that also we will cover in this particular module. In the next module, we will understand cancer treatments. Now that we know how to detect cancer, we will go to treatment. In this particular module, we will see various different types of cancer treatment that are available today. And we will start with the surgeries that is done to remove cancer, followed by chemotherapy, what happens in a chemotherapy, which are the drugs used, followed by radiation therapy, how does the radiation therapy helps in cancer treatment. We will also look at targeted therapy and hormone therapy for cancer treatment. These major type of treatment, it is very important for you to understand, because each and every mechanism is different, and for each and every type of cancer or stage of cancer, it is very important for you to know which treatment is to be used. Even if you are not from a medical background, even if your family members or your loved one is undergoing cancer treatment, it would be very important for you to understand why a certain treatment is given. Or if you're a student of science and moving into cancer research, then it is very important for you to understand what exactly a particular type of treatment does. For example, what's the difference between chemotherapy and radiotherapy, and when is radiotherapy preferred over hormone therapy? Okay, we will understand in detail about each type of treatment, what are the pros, what are the cons, and how that treatment affects the individual or the cancer cells. Finally, we will also evaluate each and every treatment based on the cancer and the subject progression. So each and every subject goes through different stages of cancer, and which treatment is good for which particular stage of cancer we will determine in this particular module. So cancer treatment module becomes one of the important modules. Next up is the RECIST criteria. Now, whenever we have to determine a tumor or a cancerous tumor, we have to follow certain global guidelines, and there we will understand about the RECIST criteria. So in this particular module, we will learn about target lesion, non-target lesion, and how that lesion is selected when it comes to understanding cancer burden. We will understand the latest RECIST 1.1 criteria and what are the criteria that determines the tumor burden in a subject. We will also see various response categories as per RECIST criteria and what each and every response category means whenever we determine the cancer progression in a subject. Followed by, we will also evaluate the tumor response to a particular treatment, and we will determine how the tumor response is assessed by the oncologist and how the treatment reacts to a particular cancer. Okay, so RECIST criteria becomes one of the important parameters or global guidelines which helps us to understand the tumor progression, the disease progression, or disease reduction for that matter. So this particular criteria is also important if you're a medical student, a clinical researcher, because based on that you would determine the progression of the disease. So that is why this module becomes very important. The next aspect is the TNM staging in oncology. Okay, so the TNM staging is where you understand how to determine a cancer stage. Okay, so if a subject is, let's suppose, affected with breast cancer, so how do you tell that this particular is stage 1 cancer or stage 2 cancer or stage 3 cancer? What are the intricacies in it? We will understand the role of tumor, node, and metastasis, that is TNM, and we will understand various staging criteria depending upon the type of cancer. We will also look at the examples for evaluating a cancer stage in terms of oncology research and how this particular staging helps in treatment, followed by understanding the role of staging in cancer treatment, because once you determine the stage of the subject, you determine the disease progression, and once you understand TNM staging, then that can have a significant impact on the cancer treatment. So TNM staging is one of the important parameters and we will cover in this particular module. Next up we have oncology clinical trial. Now, as you know that as compared to the regular clinical trial, oncology clinical trial operate at a different level and the protocol of the oncology clinical trial are very different. So we will understand in this particular module what are oncology clinical trial, how are they conducted, and more importantly, the primary and the secondary endpoint of the oncology clinical trial are way different as compared to normal clinical trials. We will also look at various aspects of patient care, safety assessment when it comes to oncology clinical trial, and we will focus on critical challenges that you face whenever you conduct an oncology clinical trial. We will focus on the patient recruitment challenges, the trial conduct challenges, and how they can be overcome whenever you go through a clinical trial in the future, or you're a medical student or a clinical researcher who is a part of oncology clinical trial, so you would get a thorough understanding of the oncology clinical trial. Now last but not the least, the future treatments in oncology. Now you know that oncology is one of the most resource intensive and critical field in terms of drug development and R&D. We will look at what are the future cutting edge treatment that are upcoming in oncology, because oncology is the space science what it is to the normal engineering. Whatever the cutting edge methods are, they come first to oncology and then it applies to the other type of treatment. So when it comes to oncology treatment and the future research, it is very important for us to understand how they are going to affect patient life and how they are going to impact the quality of life of the people affected with cancer. We will look at various type of treatment that we are going to expect in the future. We will also understand how artificial intelligence or AI would impact oncology research. What impact can AI bring? We have covered that in this particular session. Also, how cancer drug development is moving forward, which are the various imaging techniques that are used to determine cancer, because in the future we are going to have innovative methods which are going to be cost effective, which are going to be cutting edge, and most significant part is which are going to detect the cancer way before there is a significant growth of the disease itself. So that is why understanding the future of oncology treatment is very important, and which particular techniques are upcoming in future. So that also we have covered. So if you see the overall gist or summary that I've provided, then this is going to be an amazing course, and I would like all of you to enroll in this course and continue with me the journey. So I'll see you in the next session.